Hi, it is Tuesday the 12th of September and we are back at my makeup station slash dresser slash whatever because I have a new tripod. I just went back to Target and bought another cheap $8 one. Yesterday I was talking about how my charger was my tripod was broken. It just completely fell to bits. So I am going to buy a better one than the one I have. But for now, I just bought the same one again because it was so cheap and it's extremely inconvenient to have none at all. I'm also feeling very unattractive right now because of this situation. I got my brows done yesterday. So at the moment they have nothing in them. It's about 2:30 now. I haven't worn any makeup all day and I'm just getting ready for work. But yeah, I got my brows tinted and threaded at the place that I was going to try out for the first time at Brookside. And I think I'm happy with it. I've never really had any that I like on the day of because they always kind of just stain my skin and it looks funny, but always after a couple of days I remember why I love getting my eyebrows threaded and tinted. So yeah, that's why I look like this. So yeah, just getting ready for work. This morning I went to the gym at 6 and did my gym class. What am I looking for? Foundation. No. Oh, I've been trying my sunscreen and primer combo. And I don't know if it's working. So I'm just going to try one at a time to see if it's the primer or it's the sunscreen that is causing the issue, or the combo, or what I'm doing, or if it's the moisturizer. So today I'm just going to put on a thin layer of sunscreen and see how it goes. I'm not going to put on any primer. Yeah, maybe it was too many layers with the moisturizer, the sunscreen and the primer before foundation. So today, sorry about this noise, I just need to dry it. Today I have been working on all my 365 days of personal growth videos. And I'm actually really excited to be filming a makeup one again because when I've been watching them, I'm like, oh, they're actually better than I thought they were. I always feel like I'm talking too slowly and I'm being really disjointed and everything when I'm doing them. And even when I watch them right after just to check the sound, I've had a few that the sound haven't worked and I've had to redo. So now I'm kind of figuring out how to set it up properly every single time so that doesn't happen. But yeah, I was kind of like, these aren't actually so bad. So that's what I've been doing today. And I was saying to Steve earlier that I love Tuesdays because Monday for me is the day that I work at my part-time job for most of the day, which I do really enjoy. And I always get to chat to whoever's been the day receptionist as well, so it's nice in that sense. And yeah, it's just a very easy day. And I do my Dream Habit workshops in the morning. My hair looks so greasy. But I can't really work on my blogging, so I feel like, I don't know, when it comes to Tuesday, I'm just so excited to be working on everything and getting to just have the whole day until 3 o'clock to do things. Also, the other thing I was speaking about yesterday was that I really want to... Oh, the light's changing a bit, sorry. This lighting as well in the afternoon, like, too bright. But then I don't know if that's the best light. I don't know, we'll leave it on that for a bit. So I think it's better in the morning, but like this morning I was like, no, I think it'll be better to do an update later in the day, and I just kind of don't want to put makeup on till later. So yeah, anyway, what I was saying was yesterday I was chatting about this week, the focus being on adding in 30 minutes of reading. Oh, I went a little crazy on Book Depository last night. I might do like a haul style video when my order comes, because that's probably going to be the most interesting way to talk about what I ordered. Probably wouldn't even be able to remember it all off the top of my head because I ordered that many books. I ordered 7. I put like 12 in my cart, and then I was like, well, this is ridiculous because you're not going to read 12 books at once. And even if you read a book a week, still 3 months of books, and it's free shipping, so there's no real reason to group it all together. The only thing is it does take about 3 weeks to get to me from the UK. With Book Depository, they're a little slow. So I was like, I'm going to choose my top 4. I didn't just choose personal development books. I really wanted to choose some fiction books because I've been reading Me Before You, again by Jojo Moyes, and been like, where's my makeup? And just been realizing that I really miss reading fiction books. And I also just don't want to only read personal development stuff because, I do, but I know that it's probably better to have a mixture of things so that my brain can have a little break every now and again from relentless personal development and business. So, I bought about half and half personal development or business, more so business, though they're kind of the same thing in my eyes, because I feel like the best way to develop as a person is to start your own business, because it really brings your shit up and helps you realize a lot about yourself that you had never had to realize before. So I'm gonna do a haul, I think, when that comes in about 3 weeks, so maybe that'll be around day 11, I'm gonna say between 25 and 30 might be a book haul. So it's something to look forward to. Now it's gonna be interesting to do my eyebrows for the first time after they're threaded again. Just always seem to remind myself what to do. So I did that, and I was saying yesterday that I want to do 30 minutes of reading just before going to work. And then I was thinking about that this morning, and I was like, that's really not going to be the best way to do it, because I find that it's a lot easier to, it's hard to stop myself from working when I'm going to work. Usually it's rare that I'll have a task fully complete. So normally I'm about halfway between in a task, or just started or just finished or something like that. It's really rare that I'll have perfectly timed it with 3 o'clock, because a lot of the tasks I do are bigger. So for the sake of making it easy for myself, because I think it is so valuable to, when you're trying to start something new, to find the easiest way to do it. That's why, with this, I'm filming on my iPhone, and when I started my channel, I was just filming on my laptop, and all of that kind of stuff, because it's just obviously easier if it's easy, and often simple can be better. So I definitely want to grow, as I've been talking about in some other videos, grow these videos to evolve and all of that kind of thing. But I am happy to be in the beginning stage, and I'm learning a lot better how to be comfortable with being new and not good at something. So I thought about it this morning, and I was like, it's going to be so much easier to add that half hour of reading at the beginning of my day rather than at the end, because at the beginning I'm doing other bits of my morning routine and just other personal development / personal things, I'm going to the gym, which is for my health, and my mindset. And so I just feel like kind of keeping it together if I can is gonna be, wow, this light is not flattering at all. I totally get what people mean when they say like harsh light isn't flattering. You can see every bump on my skin. But yeah, so I was like, I feel like the morning's gonna really be the best place to add this new daily 30 minutes of reading. I read The Alchemist. It is so good. And I was saying that I've read The Alchemist on audiobook and I wasn't into it. And I feel like it was because the things in this book, like I have to kind of not read it slowly, but there's just so much hidden wisdom that I've just found by reading it and actually really paying attention to what they're saying. There are so many little hidden gems in there. I'll read out a couple of things I highlighted. But when I was listening on audiobook, because I was often driving and you're sort of distracted, I missed all of those things. And so I ended up kind of thinking like, I don't think I even finished it actually. And I was like, I don't really get it. Like, I think I must have been like not paying attention to a really key bit. And so I kind of got lost of like, I don't know what really is happening. And it's so hard for an audiobook to try and figure out where you're up to. So yeah, as I was saying as well, I do like audiobooks, but I feel like I'm really only going to use them now to like re-listen to things. So like after this, I know I'm definitely going to play the audiobook back of The Alchemist once I already know it, but reading it and highlighting it, and it's just such a different experience. Wow, my brows, I feel like they did not look even, but kind of not in the caring mood today. And I want to wear what I'm wearing, which is just like a denim jacket and a cotton singlet and black jeans to work. And the beauty of my job is that I could wear this, and maybe I will. Then I don't know if it's too casual. I might just change my jacket. I don't know. So yeah, I was reading this. Let me find something. So I feel like everything I say I've spoken about this before, but I'm just going to stop saying that unless I directly have. So when I'm reading a book, I, as of this year, highlight right when it is. So this says September 2017 and highlight so that when I can see I've highlighted in the orange, and if I reread it, I'll highlight it in a different color and just notice what I pick up from different times. And then I also keep note of all the tabs I'm using. So at the moment, and I feel like this is the sort of book that will only have quotes. I'm not sure. In other books, I've had one for quotes, one for to-do, one for journaling. There might be like a journaling, things I might want to journal about in this. Book recommendations. That's mainly it. So normally I have 4, but I usually just add them as I need them. And for this one, I've only needed quotes so far. But there's just little things that are just so simple, but really profound in a way. It probably doesn't even sound that good when I'm reading it back, but I just highlighted like, it's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting, he thought. Like he was just thinking out something totally random, and I was like, damn, that's so true. And yeah, he had to choose between something he had become accustomed to and something he wanted to have. There was nothing to hold him back except himself. Like it's so good. I'm in love with this book already. And I actually ended up reading for about, oh my goodness, this lighting. I'll just take it off lock. I actually ended up reading for about 45 to 50 minutes. So what I did, and because I was saying I only want to do 30 minutes because it's much more manageable than thinking an hour, even though the all or nothing in me wants to do an hour at least. That's what I'm working towards. And then hopefully even more than that if I can really get my productivity down and time management, and I haven't been on Instagram hardly all day and stuff like that, which would have been taking up time for reading. Whew, getting puffed. So I put a timer on for half an hour and then it went off and I still felt like reading. So instead of setting the timer again, I just like left no timer on and just read until I felt like stopping. Like I didn't really time exactly how long I read for. But yeah, I think instead of setting it for an hour and trying to reach an hour, and then if I only read for 45 minutes, being disappointed, if I give myself the lower expectation of 30 minutes, and then if I want to overachieve, let myself overachieve and read for longer, but having that as a bonus instead of a must, just so on those days where I only do 30 minutes, I can be proud of that too. And yeah, it's interesting with that kind of stuff because it's exactly the same task and the same amount of time spent, but the way you frame it can have such a big impact. Like this is what I've been doing with the Kit, my coach, with my to-do list. Sorry, the lighting's just changing heaps. So what I used to do, so I'd write a long to-do list. So long, and I'd never feel like I'd achieved anything because I'd never get to the end of it. I don't feel like I need much blush today because I feel like it's quite hot in this jacket. I probably should have opened the window before I started talking, but anyway. I'd have this long to-do list and I'd never feel that satisfaction of accomplishing anything because it was never finished. And most things that we do will never be finished, like especially like blogging or your own business. There's always something to be done, always. So if you don't manage this, you end up feeling I'm really learning that morning is the best time to film. You end up feeling as though you haven't achieved anything. But now what we do is, I do it, and then Kit helps me make sure it's all done properly. Is we write a to-do list or an action list, as we call it, and then we look at whether it's sort of reasonable that I will be able to achieve everything on that list based on what I've got coming up that week. I'm just going to straighten my hair today, I think, because I'm just feeling a bit more chilled and it's easier to straighten it than to curl it. But I much prefer the look of it curled. But yeah, I'm just really not in the mood today to be fussed about what I look like. I don't know why. I've got to put some dry shampoo in there though after I do this. So what we do is have a list. It smelled like burning before. Have a list, and then if it doesn't look like I'll be able to achieve everything on that list, we move 1 or 2 or 3 of those tasks to a little bonus list. So that way, if I don't get those things done, I can still have that feeling that I did everything. And if I get those extra things done, then it's a bonus. But I don't feel bad, and it's just helped so much because, like, you might think that having a list like that would make you achieve less because you've got less on your list. But what I found for me, and what you'll probably find if you have an all or nothing mindset, is that a shorter list, because it seems so much more manageable, you're much more likely to do it. Whereas if you have the long list, like, yes, it's good in theory, but it might seem overwhelming or you have no idea where to start. And then you have a beautiful list that never gets done. You never feel that sense of satisfaction. You get disheartened. You feel really unmotivated. So yeah, that's something that we've been working on and has helped so much. So that's what I'm trying to do with reading. Keep it at 30 minutes, which is still quite a bit of time. And then if I want to overachieve on it, overachieve. And if I stop at 30, But yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really good way to get into the habit of reading more and work on my productivity. And because I go to the gym early and I left on time basically and all of that, I had finished my reading, my 45 minutes of reading, and I didn't meditate today. My workout, my hour-long workout, 45 minutes of reading, healthy breakfast, and shower by 8:20. So I was pretty happy with that. We're looking forward to our shampoo. So yeah, I was actually very happy with that, and happy to be reading a really good book and to be spending more time reading, because usually I'd either be spending that time looking at another screen, and because I already spend all day looking at a screen, I really don't want to spend that much extra time looking at social media. And the last few days, like, I go through phases with social media, but the last few days I've really been like not into it as a consumer, like from a business perspective, still yes, but just from a perspective of me seeing what other people are up to that is not business related, I haven't really been that interested in, just because I'm really starting to be more conscious of the opportunity cost, and if I'm saying yes to Instagram, of the things I'm saying no to, and I would rather say yes to reading at the moment than yes to Instagram. So yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment. I'm so excited about this 365 days. Yeah, today's day 11. I've got a whole spreadsheet going to manage where all the videos are at, because some of them, like keeping track of what's been uploaded to my computer, what's been put on YouTube, what have I written the descriptions for, because I want to make sure these have really good descriptions and that everything I mentioned will always be linked below, because I know when I'm watching a video and they don't have much of a description, I'm like, oh, I really would have liked to know like this little thing. So I'm linking below everything I mentioned, as well as like all the makeup products. Not that this is a makeup tutorial at all, but all of the makeup products that I'm using, just in case you want to know. I just film on my iPhone, so not really much tech gear happening, but yeah. So I better get to work because I think it should be about 3 o'clock now. The lighting situation. Yeah, I'm so glad that so many of you have been enjoying these videos and leaving me really nice comments. And if you're interested in doing this yourself, I highly recommend it. I would love you to start it, even if you want to keep it private, but if not, if you want to do this on YouTube as well, or on a blog or anything, like I'm really no different to you. I still feel uncomfortable that like, why would anyone care about whatever random stuff I'm doing? And it's only really when I watch it back a few days later that I'm a bit more distant from myself, and I'm like, oh, I actually would like watching that if it wasn't me. Whereas normally straight after I'm still like self-conscious about it. I'm like, ugh. So yeah, it's helpful watching it a few days later, but I'm really excited about doing this and to see where it goes. And yeah, I will share the books that are coming in the mail when they come. I hope it's really soon, because there are so many of them that I want to read, and I really want to try and read a book a week, but I'm gonna just stick to 30 minutes a day as my focus, effort-based goal, and see where it takes me as well. So yeah, I hope you're having a good day. Bye.